Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss three subgroups lemma of p-halls. In order to discuss this lemma, first of all, we discuss a result that will be used in this lemma. So let G be a group and x1, x2, x3 up to xm, y1, y2, y3 up to yn. These are the elements of the group G. Then we are to prove that the commutator of product of these m elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm with the product of these n elements y1, y2, y3 up to yn. This is given by the product of the commutator of xi with yj. In the power we have hij. The symbol has its usual meaning. This hij, they belongs to the set generated by these m plus n elements. In order to prove this theorem, let us use induction method. So, if we take m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1. So, here left hand side will become commutator of x1, x2 with y1. We can find its value by using this identity which we discussed earlier. According to this identity, if we are having a group G and x, y, z are elements of the group G, then the commutator of x into y with z is given by the commutator of x with z in the power we have y into the commutator of y with z. So using this identity here, by using this identity, this expression will become commutator of x1 with y1 in the power we have x2 into the commutator of x2 with y1. So we can see that the result is true for m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1. Now, let us take m is greater than 2 and n is 1. And let us suppose by induction the result is true for all the suffixes which are less than m. So when I is less than m and the value of n is 1, then the result holds. It means the commutator of product of x1, x2, x3 up to xm minus 1 with y1. This is equal to the product of the commutator of xi with y1 in the power we have hi1, where hi1 belongs to the set generated by these elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm minus 1 and y1. Here I varies from 1 to m minus 1. Now, let us find the commutator of the product of m elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm with y1. Again, we can use the identity which we denoted by the equation 2. Means commutator of xy with z is given by the commutator of x with z in power we have y into commutator of y with z. Using this identity here, we can write this term as this will be x and this is y and this is z. So substituting the values from the second identity, this will become the commutator of x1 into x2 into x3 up to xm minus 1 with y1 in the power we have xm into the commutator of xm with y1. Now we can use induction step. Substituting the value of this term from here, this will become the product of the commutator xi with y1 in the power we have hi1. I varies from 1 to m minus 1 and this whole power xm into the commutator of xm with y1. And this expression can further be written as the product of the commutator xi with y1 in the power we have li1. This li1 belongs to the set generated by the elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm and y1. Now, we have proved the result is true for all m and n is equal to 1. Now, again by induction, let us suppose that the result is true when I is varying from 1 to m and j is 1 to n minus 1. It means when the value of suffix j is less than n, the result is true. It means the commutator of product of xi's, where I varies from 1 to m, with product of yj, where j varies from 1 to n minus 1. This is equal to product of the commutator xi with yj. In the power, we have taken kij, where kij belongs to the set generated by all these elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm and y1, y2, y3 up to yn minus 1. Now, let us consider the commutator of product of xi's with product of yj, where I varies from 1 to m and j varies from 1 to n. Now, we can use this identity to find the value of this expression. This can be written in the form product of xi, where I varies from 1 to m, and this term can be split it into two parts. We can write it as product of yj, where j varies from 1 to n minus 1 into yn. Now, comparing with this term, this is x, this is y, this is z. So, commutator of x with yz, that is given by using this formula. Commutator of x with z into the commutator of x with y in the power we have z. Now, this is our x here, this is y, this is z. So, by using this identity, we have obtained this expression. Now, this can further be written as, because we have already proved that the result is true for all m and n is equal to 1. So, we can use the result for this part. So, this will become product I varies from 1 to m, commutator of xi with yn, in the power we have taken kin. Here also, this can further be written as product of the commutator of xi with yj, in the power we have taken kij, and this yn as it is. So, we have obtained this expression. Here this kin, they belongs to the set generated by the elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm and yn. And here these elements belongs to the set generated by all these elements xi, where I varies from 1 to m, and yj, where j varies from 1 to n minus 1. So, we have obtained the commutator of product of xi's with product of yj, where I varies from 1 to m and j varies from 1 to n. This is given by the product of the commutators of xi with yj, in the power we have hij, and this hij belongs to the set generated by the elements x1, x2, x3 up to xm and y1, y2, y3 up to yn. So, this completes the induction, and hence the theorem is proved. Now, next we discuss an important theorem, which is 3 subgroups lemma of p-holes. So, according to this lemma, if we are having 3 subgroups of a group G, A, B, C, these are the 3 subgroups of a group G, and M is normal subgroup of G, such that the commutator of the 3 subgroups B, C and A is contained in M, and the commutator of the subgroups C, B and A, that is contained in M. Then we are to prove that the commutator formed by the subgroups A, B and C, that is also contained in M. In order to prove this lemma, we will use Jacobi's identity. Jacobi's identity we discussed earlier. According to this identity, we are having 3 elements A, B, C. Here we have taken A belonging to A, B belonging to B, C belonging to C. Because ABC are subgroups of group G, so these three elements are also the elements of the group G. Now we can use Jacobi's identity. So according to Jacobi's identity, the commutator of the elements A, B inverse C in the power B, commutator of B, C inverse A in the power we have C, into the commutator of C, A inverse and B in the power we have A. The product of these three expressions is equal to identity. So from here we can define the value of this term, means the commutator of A, B inverse C with B in the power, that will be given by the inverse of this term into inverse of this term. Now let us find these terms one by one. So let us consider the commutator of C, A inverse and B. By definition, the commutator of three elements, that can be written as the commutator of C with A inverse and then its further commutator with B. Now, because C belongs to C, this element A belongs to A, so A inverse will also belong to A, B belongs to B. So this element belongs to the commutator subgroup formed by C, A and B. And this is already contained in M. So we have proved that this element belongs to M. Now, because M is a subgroup of G, so if this element belongs to M, its inverse will also belong to M. And therefore, the commutator of C, A inverse B, and further its power minus A, that will again belong to M, because M is normal subgroup of G. So A inverse MA, that will be same as M. So we have proved that this element also belongs to M. Similarly, we can prove that the commutator of B, C inverse and A in the power we have minus C, that again belongs to M. So we have proved this element belongs to M. Now from here, because both the elements belongs to M, so this element will also be an element of subgroup M. So by the notation for this symbol, this can be written as B inverse into this element into B. This belongs to M. So because M is normal subgroup of G, so from here we can say that the commutator of A, B inverse and C, that will also belong to M. So we have proved this element belongs to M. For the elements A, B and C, where A belongs to A, B belongs to B and C belongs to the subgroup C. Now, if we define a mapping F from B into B by taking an element B from here, F of B is equal to B inverse. Then this mapping is 1, 1 and onto mapping. So we can say that if the commutator of A, B inverse and C belongs to M, then the commutator of A, B and C, that will also belong to M. So we have proved commutator of elements A, B and C belongs to M. Now again we can use Jacobi's identity for the elements which we have taken A, B and C. So by Jacobi's identity, the commutator of B, A inverse and C with A in the power into the commutator of A, C inverse and B with C in the power into the commutator of C, B inverse and A with B in the power. The product of these three is equal to identity. Now, as in the first case we have obtained, we can prove that the element which is the commutator of B, A inverse and C, that belongs to M. And therefore, the commutator formed by B, A and C, that will also belong to M. Now, the commutator of B, A and C, that can be written as the commutator of B with A and then it's again commutator with C. Now commutator of B with A, that can be written as the inverse of the commutator of A and B. Now this element belongs to M and therefore we can say that for every A belonging to A, B belonging to B, and C belonging to C, this type of elements belongs to M, where this epsilon is either +1 or -1. Now we turn towards the main result. We are to prove that the commutator formed by the three subgroups A, B, and C, that is contained in M. So let us take an arbitrary element from this subgroup. We are to prove that that element belongs to M. So let us take Z be an element belonging to the commutator of A, B, and C. By definition of commutator subgroup, Z can be written as the finite product of commutators where the commutators are of this form. Here these epsilon I are either +1 or -1. Now Di, that is an element of the commutator of A with B, and Ci, these are the elements of the subgroup C. Now again, because this is the commutator of subgroups A and B, and by definition of commutator subgroup, its elements are of the form of finite product of commutators. So we can say that Di will be of the form of finite product of commutators. So we have taken this type of elements, the product of commutator of elements Aj with Bj. In the power we have taken delta j, which are either +1 or -1. These are the elements of subgroup A. Bj are the elements of subgroup B. Therefore, the commutator of Di with Ci. Substituting the value of Di from here and using the theorem which we discussed earlier. So by using that theorem, this commutator can be written as the product of the commutator of Aj with Bj in the power delta j with Ci. In the power we have taken the elements Hji, where these elements Hji belongs to the set generated by the elements A1, A2, A3 up to Am, B1, B2, B3 up to Bm, and Ci. Now, because delta j is either +1 or -1, therefore we can say that the commutator formed by these two elements that belongs to M. And therefore, if we have the power Hji in the above expression, then that will also belong to M, because M is normal subgroup of J. And therefore, the product of these expressions, that will also belong to M, because M is a subgroup of J. So we have proved commutator of Di with Ci belongs to M. Because M is a subgroup, so if this commutator belongs to M, its inverse will also belong to M. So we have proved either we are having 1 power or -1. In both cases, the commutator belongs to M. So in general, combining the two, we can say that the commutator of Di with Ci with power epsilon I, that belongs to M. And because this belongs to M, so their products will also belong to M. And this is element Z. So we can say that Z belongs to M. Z was arbitrarily chosen element from the commutator of subgroups A, B, and C, and that is belonging to M. So we can say that the commutator of subgroups A, B, and C, that is contained in M. Now we discuss a corollary based on P. Hall's lemma. Let G be a group. A, B, C are three normal subgroups of G. Then we are to prove that commutator subgroup formed by A, B, and C, that is contained in the commutator of B, C, and A into the commutator of C, A, and B. Now, as we already discussed in the previous theorems, that if A and B are normal subgroups of G, then the commutator subgroup formed by A and B, that is also normal subgroup of G. Also, C is normal subgroup of G. Therefore, the commutator of these two, that will also be normal subgroup of G. Similarly, we can prove the commutator of B, C and A is normal subgroup of G, and also the commutator of C, A and B is normal subgroup of G. So if we take M as the product of these two commutators, then that will also be normal subgroup of G, because the product of normal subgroups is again normal. Now, as we can see from here, that the commutator of B, C and A, that is contained in M, and the commutator of C, A and B, that is also contained in M. So we can use P Hall's lemma. Therefore, by P Hall's lemma, the commutator of A, B and C, that will also be contained in M. Substituting the value of M here, this completes the proof of this result. Now, there is one more corollary based on P Hall's lemma. If we have a group G, A, B and C are the three subgroups of G, such that the commutator formed by the three subgroups B, C and A, that is identity, and the commutator formed by the subgroups C, A and B, that is identity. Then we are to prove that the commutator of A, B and C, that is identity. Let us denote this group by M. And this is the trivial subgroup of G, and that is normal also. So we can say that M is normal subgroup of G. Now, because the commutator of B, C and A, that is identity, so we can say that it is contained in M. Also, the commutator of C, A and B, that is contained in M. So we can use P Hall's lemma. According to P Hall's lemma, if commutator of B, C and A is contained in M, commutator of C, A and B is contained in M, then the commutator of A, B and C, that is also contained in M. Now, because M is identity, so we can say that commutator of A, B and C, that is identity. So this completes P Hall's lemma as well as the corollaries related to this lemma.